Hi, I'm Bradley Gross, and I'm with Santa Clarita Grocery, and we're so delighted to actually, first of all, be part of VIA. We're maybe one of your newest members, but we're looking forward to where VIA and us can partner together across our city to make a big difference. And this is Jill. Go ahead, Jill.
I'm Jill Zeiser-Carr, and I am with Santa Clarita Grocery, in charge of scheduling as well as community outreach. And we've been here since the beginning, and since COVID hit, we had to redo how we operate in terms of how we do our food distributions. We're taking all of the social distancing into account, and all of that. Prior to COVID, we operated as a grocery store where we would have our guests come in and they could shop and pick out their own foods. Well, since COVID hit, we had to quickly change that up, and now we are a drive-through operation where the guests drive up and they're greeted by a volunteer, and the volunteer assists with their needs, and another volunteer will come out with a cart and basically deliver them a week's worth of groceries for their family.
So it's kind of like a different version of Instacart. They drive up and Instacart comes right to their car. We were super sensitive due to COVID about not knowing about the depth and breadth of it. So we were, all of our volunteers were wearing gloves and masks, and we would deliver to the car, ask them to pop their trunk. So it was the beauty, as life always presents itself in a challenge. You think, oh, why did this happen? But for us, we could only serve so many people coming through our facility, because they're going through a line, maybe they're touching every tomato, which is not a good thing, right? But once COVID hit, we went outside. It actually became an ability for us to serve 5 times as many people, unknowns to us. So it was a huge efficiency. So starting 2020 around March is when it really hit. One blessing for us is we were deemed essential by LA County, Catherine Barger's office. So that allowed us to keep up and going. So we've never stopped for a moment this entire year. Now, 2019, we distribute 4 times a week. And 2019, 20 to 25 families was a lot for us per distribution. January, we had grown to 161 or 162 families. Now, our average per family is 4.5 people that live in that household, generally a mom and a dad and two kids or 3 kids, or single family dwelling, same thing, but the average is about 4.5 people that come and get a week's worth of grocery. So January, we were like in 162 families, and that was like climbing Mount Everest for us. How are we going to get enough? It was a supply-demand challenge for us. And you know what? Somehow we had enough food to meet that demand. Now, once March hit and we were deemed essential, our numbers have consistently gone up from March to August. We're now close to 900 families a month. And for us, little old us, we're 2 years old this month. And for us, it was a huge growth and scale that we had to try to achieve. Well, guess what happens? The USDA, I don't know if you saw in the news, they were dumping milk out and throwing vegetables away. USDA got up in front of that, and what they did was created a program called Farmers to Families. And it was a miraculous thing, yet again, how we got chosen, and it came through the venue of even the Child Family Center. They couldn't take it, and Joan reached out to me, and we said we would love it. Well, the beautiful thing is that's when we intersected with them, and we receive every Friday 4 tons of food into the warehouse. And then the neat success story about the Child Family Center is the social workers are also picking up here. And now last night, the 46th family that they're serving a week's worth of groceries to. So their social workers come here weekly, and they're able to take it and distribute. We don't know who those families are. It's confidential, but again, that was a blessing.